And now, carrying that energy forward, it's indeed my privilege to welcome the keynote speaker of the evening, a name synonymous with trust and transformation in real estate. He's somebody who has over 3 decades of experience in the Indian and global real estate markets and is a trusted advisor to developers, occupiers, and investors. He's widely acknowledged for revolutionizing the real estate sector with his visionary outlook and technology-based solutions. It's indeed our honor to call him on stage, ladies and gentlemen. An iconic round of applause for the icon himself, Mr. Anuj Puri, Chairman, ANAROCK Property Consultants Private Limited.
Thank you very much, and a very good evening to all of you. What a delight to be here, and what a delight to be sitting amongst friends. Anurag embarrassed me enough in front of my friends, particularly Dhaval. Dhaval must be wondering, is this the guy that he's talking about? Dhaval has seen many sides of me. It is very kind. I do want to give a big round of applause, as Anurag started by saying, is to Tripti and Sapna. Both of them, a big round of applause, what they've been able to do it. I mean, this is the 17th edition. I mean, can you imagine 17 times doing this reality conclave successfully and being able to deliver every time? It is a big thing. And I didn't realize, Anurag, it's been 22 years since you set up Realty Pluses. So great job, Sapna and Tripti, for doing this. 21 you've completed. You're on the 22nd year. It is fantastic to be able to deliver consistently. I do remember, as Anurag said, we started the business together. The business at that time was called as Chesterton Meghraj, and it's not scripted. He just brought those memories to me. It was a property consulting business. Not many people knew what a property consulting was. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm very reluctant to pick up a phone and speak to someone as a cold call. I don't have that in me to, give a cold call. Anurag was the first MBA that had joined the company. MBAs, are like, very, very outward focused, very extrovert, very willing to, speak with people. He would pick up the phone, look at the yellow pages directory, call people, and they would bang the phone on him, and he would put it. It would take me like 2 days to pick up the phone again to speak with someone who had banged the phone on me. In the next 1 minute, he would be again on the phone and, would be speaking. And because at that time, there was really no mobiles actually at that time. It was the landline that would do it. And then one day, Anurag comes in. Anurag is doing exceptionally well, and we all are making money. He's making a ton of commission. We're making a ton of money. I'm living in Delhi at that time. Anurag is there, and then one day he comes in and he says that I'm going to resign today. I'm like, buddy, we're like, doing so well. We are partners. We're building it up, and you are like the face of this. He says, no, I'm going to resign. And I said, why? What happened? He said, is because my parents are unable to find a bride to marry a broker. So no father is willing to give their daughter's hand to a real estate broker. So as a result of which, I'm going to leave this job. I'm going to join a bank because bankers get the prettiest girls. And then once, I'm married, 6 months I will work in that bank, and then I will leave and I'll come back to you. And that is how Anurag went out, because he wanted to find a lovely wife for himself. And he did get married to someone very pretty, very beautiful. And rest is history. He never came back. He set up Realty Plus. He opened BW Business World, very successful. And here he is today. So we did have an opportunity to work together. And those were the days when, as I said, is that no father was willing to give their daughter's hand to a real estate broker. And today, if you look at it, majority of the young smart folks are in the IPCs. that you would see is, they'll perhaps wear the best cufflinks, they will have the best suit, best gelled hair, perhaps the most prettiest girlfriends, the best, cars that they are driving. So the world has changed over the last 30 years. And clearly, the way Sapna, you and Tripti have, changed the face of Realty Plus as well, has been, phenomenal. I think this platform that has been created, under Anurag's leadership is, I would say, is when the Realty Plus name comes in, there are two things that, come to me instantaneously. One is innovation. They keep innovating. Every time they keep innovating. And second is resilience. I don't know of many shows that can go for 17 years to do that. So resilience and innovation to me are like really what real estate also want, apart from having the best people and best platform. So, good. Tonight we are going to be recognizing a lot of the best people in the industry. We're going to be recognizing a lot of the best projects within the industry. It is nice that we are in Mumbai, which is the heartland of real estate. In fact, 50% of the Indian real estate on the residential side is just MMR. 50%. The rest of India all put together is 50% in terms of value. So, this city really, really matters. At a global level, there seems to be a fair amount of uncertainty, but India, certainly doing well. There seems to be a storm outside, but inside, there is a lot of stability. I was looking at it, the S&P had improved the rating for India from BBB minus to BBB. I mean, that's a big thing. In 18 years, it's the first time that they have increased the rating of India. And the reason is not only that our GDP is going up, but also the way the fiscal discipline that the government is monitoring, the way that the policy credibility that is coming in is just amazing. And why touch on these 2 points is because real estate does not have its own 2 legs. It piggybacks on the economy. If the economy is doing well, country is doing well, real estate will, do well. In fact, if you were to look at the, 3 or 4 sectors that Anurag touched upon, residential, at this point in time, it's the 5th year ever that we have seen crazy amount of support coming in the luxury and premium. I mean, as ANAROCK, we used to sell maybe 4 or 5 apartments a month of over 100 crore value. I mean, today we sell in a week 4 to 5 apartments of over 100 crores, 250 crores, 375 crores, one apartment that are being sold. So, clearly on the luxury market, on the premium market, doing exceptionally well. On the residential number of units that are sold, a lot of people ask me this question. About 500,000 units are sold annually. These are new homes, 550,000 homes that are sold annually. Media says is that we're perhaps reaching the epitome of the sale velocity, sale volume that we are doing it. And if you were to compare it to 2019, yes, it may be true, is because in 2019, India used to sell 187,000 units. We are at 550,000 units. So clearly 3.5 times of where we were just before COVID. But you look at China. China sells 1 crore new homes. 1 crore new homes, about the same population as us. Yes, they are more richer than us. Okay, we may not sell 1 crore. We may sell, 70 lakh, 60 lakh, 50 lakh. But at 5.5 lakh, we cannot be at peak. So I'm very clear that as the economy grows, as prosperity comes in, as the stock market continues to produce more billionaires, as there are more IPOs, you will continue to see more takers on the residential. And clearly, if you look at the 2 aspects of it, is one is land. This calendar year, first half, January to June, more land has been bought by the developers than full 2024 put together. In the first half of the year itself, developers have bought more land across India than the full year 2024. I mean, they are the most astute guys. We follow them. So they are the most astute guys. If they are buying, this kind of land in the first half of the year, that means they know that the market is there, whether it is for commercial, whether it's for residential, data centers, warehousing, retail. clearly, the momentum is continuing to grow. And the second thing is, if you were to look at the listed shares, again, Dhaval's company is listed in there. If you were to look at it, the growth that they are showing, 20, 30, 40% year-on-year growth, I mean, that does show that there is a fair amount of energy and enthusiasm still going on. I do see is one theme coming out on the residential side, that there is consolidation. So bigger are getting bigger, and the smaller, weaker tier 3 developers are perishing. So some of these names that were big in yesteryears are, moving out of the industry. But, they're moving out with a smile. They're not going out grumpled that, oh, we are getting out of the industry. They are becoming land manufacturers. So they are actually manufacturing land. What does a land manufacturer mean? That they're cleaning out the full land, they're getting in the full approvals, and then they're going to a stronger developer and saying is that please buy our land, please partner us on this land, either at a JV, JD. So both are very happy. The outgoing developer is becoming a land manufacturer. They are selling the land at a premium and making money. And the developer is very happy that they are getting a cooked up land parcel with all the approvals. And that's what's going on the residential side. Commercial is a completely different ballgame. Globally, commercial is a bad word. If you were to speak in the West, even today, the private equity will say it is a bad word. We don't want to touch commercial. In India, this year will be the best year since independence that India would have seen. 8 crore square feet of leasing activity. New offices that are going to get leased, 8 crore square feet. That's 80 million square feet. Prior to this, before COVID in 2019, the highest was 4.8 crore square feet. Can you imagine 4.08 going to 8 crore? Never in India we've seen this kind of absorption, and largely it is coming in from the GCCs, the Global Capability Centers. Insane amount of work that is coming up. I mean, we have a number of these clients. I'm telling you, one of the automobile manufacturers, from Europe, and there are clients in Bangalore. I was there last week. I went in there. There are 2300 automobile engineers. They said is all new car designs are not happening in their country. They're happening in Whitefield in Bangalore. That is the kind of work that they are, by the way, now not coming for cost arbitrage. A lot of people think is, oh, they are coming because it's cheaper labor, it's cheaper rentals, it's a cheaper cost of operation. No, zero they are coming. They are coming from brain. They're saying we are not able to get this brain in the numbers that they are wanting to recruit. Yes, they can get brains, but in smaller numbers, not in the numbers that they are wanting. So commercial doing exceptionally well with the GCCs. Bangalore clearly is way ahead. Nearly 50% of the leasing is in Bangalore. That is taking place. 1 billion square feet of grade A offices that India today has. Again, on the retail side, people would say is that malls are passé. Online has come in, digital has come in. As a result of it, malls are not going to support is. This year, there will be 23 new malls that are going to be delivered. 9 million square feet, not a single inch available. I mean, we do leasing for Palladium, for Atul Riya. Each shop, we have 6 to 7 tenants waiting to get into that shop. Can you imagine? At 1,000 rupees a square foot. That is the kind of propensity for the Indian consumer to go out and buy. As a result of which, the retailers, people think are not going to make money. They're making money and be able to pay 1,000 rupees a square foot for the right product. Alabi, it has changed. Buying a blue shirt or white shirt, I'm not going to go to a mall to do that. That I'll buy it online. They are going for experiential, they're going for taste, entertainment, leisure, they're going for sort of music, they're going for that, something that you're not going to be able to get it online. So the malls have changed their tenant mix as well. So that part is doing very well. And the last two that Anurag touched, which was the warehousing, industrial, and the data centers. I mean, warehousing has become a new asset class, almost in size equal to the offices. Again, sitting in Bombay, we don't think that warehousing industrial is big. But if you go to Pune, if you go to Chennai, the rentals in Pune for warehousing industrial are almost touching the same as offices. That is how vibrant it is. So Make in India is really, at this moment in time, benefiting the industrial and the warehousing sector. And this is a new thing called as the data centers. You know, the government of India did a beautiful thing in COVID. One sentence in the act that they changed. They said is, Mr. IT company or Mr. data guy, if you have any data of an Indian and you're operating your business in India and that data is not stored on an Indian soil, we will shut you down. Bring that entire data back to India. This data of ours was largely kept in Ireland sheep farms. That is where these data centers were. Why this data center has come is because the government of India said, buddy, I want all that data to come into India. I don't want any data of our people being stored elsewhere if you have to operate in this country. As a result of which, all these companies are bringing in the data, and hence the requirement of the data center. And data center, again, it is very technical. I'll not go too much in detail, but I'll tell you this data center comes from optic fibers which are coming under the ocean and coming out. So there are two parts of India which has the biggest benefit where the optical fibers come out. One is Bombay and one is Chennai. So data centers, that's why you're seeing tons of them coming in Bombay. You can build a data center in the inland as well, in the heartland of India, but then there is going to be a lag. So, for example, if you're retrieving an email, if it takes 1 or 2 or 3 seconds, it doesn't matter. That is when your data center is not in close proximity to you. That's when the data center will be in, say, Nagpur or Indore, and so it doesn't matter. But if that 1 or 2 or 3 second lag happens in a driverless car, there will be an accident that will happen. So that they want no lag, and that's where the data center has to be in very good proximity to where the event is taking place. So that part of the business is insanely capital intensive, but tons of private equity money that is coming in. I can go on and on, but tonight is a night where we're going to look forward to Dhaval and Shobit talking about the real estate market. It's also a night about celebrating. It's also a night to be able to demonstrate that how the Indian economy, how the real estate industry, both the barometers are pointing northwards. And today the nominees and the awardees will be able to show us the confidence of how the real estate sector, when Anurag and I entered, which was very opaque, has moved towards transparency. From being very fragmented, it has moved to a very consolidated status. And from just as a growth sector, today I'm very proud that the developers sitting in this room are actually building the nation. They are the nation builders today. So we are just not constructing buildings, guys. We're building the India of tomorrow. So thank you very much and wish you a very, very happy evening. Thank you.